Welcome to Rauta's unboxing video. This time, however, it's not a review video, and for one particular reason. This is the band I'm part of, so-called our band, Nightside. So obviously I'm too biased to review it, but I'm not too biased to unbox it or show it to you. Technically speaking, actually, we're talking about two different releases. Mainly, of course, our new album, Dead from the North, which was released in May 24th, 2024. And I'm going to show you a couple of versions we got out. And I'm going to also show our debut album that was reissued by the very same label, Purity Through Fire. Before I'll unbox it for you, I will show you what this band is all about, what it started and all that stuff. Now, since there is already interview out, already last year, done by none other but host of Talket, there's no reason to go through the band and all that stuff so much in detail, but I'll give you a quick look what to expect, what to know about the basic facts. So we started in 1996 and a few years later we were already gone. During the early years we did demo 1997, reissued later on, as well as the EP Ad Noctum in 1999, and that was soon followed by our first album, The End of Christianity, 2001. A couple of years later, I was out of the band for various reasons, and it took almost 20 years for us to come back, really. And what started in 2021 with the comeback meant that we had a demo out in 2023 called Lions. Already got good feedback about it. And that also landed as a record deal, which then again became truth in the form of Death from the North through Purity Through Fire, including 8 songs and 41 minutes, 10 some of our melodic, very Nordic kind, very 1990s kind of black metal. And so far, the whole feedback, all the reviews have been super positive from the reviews, which are like at least 80% to something like 10 out of 10 album review scores. Totally baffling to me how well this was received, because while we knew, of course, that this album is gonna be good, and we, of course, like it a lot, I mean, this still has been like wow moment. But I'm not here to just like gloat or do fancy moves about it. I'm just gonna tell how it feels, and this is how it looks, and this is the basic information. But now it's time to do a little bit of unboxing, and I'm gonna show it here. But first, I'll go through The End of Christianity debut album reissue version, which we got out earlier. Can you figure out who is this? Who is me here on the background? I mean, you've got some old lineup photo here from the 90s. Yes, this guy, me. And this is the drummer, Beleth, and we two are still part of the lineup these days. And when you see this CD version of the reissue, or even the vinyl one, you will see various old photos from the era, even some people who were not part of the recordings, but still part of the lineup back in the day. So we'll see all these old photos and whatnot. And of course, you will see more of these inside the booklet and all. But this is not about talking about the debut album. This is about unboxing the actual Dead from the North. Mind you, summertime sunlight is coming here trying to disrupt this one, but I don't have curtains here, so bear with me. This is how it looks. We have this death here coming from the fog clouds, what have you, and some Finnish seaside, some Finnish you could say countryside with some tree line here, and that is what this album is partial about. Of course, only one song is about that, but you get the idea. It's about cold, grim death, and people who live up in the north, or countries which are, okay, this is already damaged goods, it seems. So people who live up in the north know that living in cold countries actually means that some people will die because of cold, because cold weather really, really kills you if you're not prepared. Sometimes it means putting some proper clothing on, also lighting up the fires, and who can you guess who is here? Yes, yours truly, buffed and all. We decided to go with the live photos, in case you're wondering. Here, check out the lead guitarist. And we have AK, our rhythm guitarist, the latest addition to the fold. We have our bassist, Warlord, here. Among the whole lineup photo, we have our Lari Sallinen doing ambience, keyboards, whatnot. Part of also, of course, the songwriting team, Beleth, the original drummer, the founder of the band, and finally Warlord with his own photo here, the bass man. And mind you, this album is made by all of us, but I was the only one who didn't create a single song for the album, so you don't get to thank me when the songs sound good. I did the vocals, I did the lyrics. I don't think if there's any lyrics on this album that other guys wrote. Newer songs, there are those, but on this album, so I did only the vocal duties and lyrical content, while the other guys focus on creating magnificent songs. Even if I say that myself, I can truly back it up, and you know once you're listening to it. So once again, pardon for this sunlight trying to destroy the whole thing here, but bear with me. This is how it looks like. We have the blue, gray, white combination of colors with, of course, the black text, giving this a little bit of a Nordic vibe. And the special version, meaning this is limited version of this LP, is coming with special marble color. Of course, you will find the inlay with similar as on the CD, the photos of the lineup guys, and then of course the lyrics here. And how does this vinyl then again look like? If you ask me, pretty goddamn beautiful. So like said, this is a marble light blue coloring. It almost looks like white when you're taking a little bit distance and the light hits there nicely. So this is the marble version, which is limited to, I guess, 100 copies, if I remember correctly. Of course, there is this classic black version of the vinyl. Some people say it's going to sound better when it's black, and some just prefer it very, very much back to basics, bare bone if you wish. And some say, yeah, I want the colored option because, well, that's more limited version. So what can I tell you about this recording is that, yes, we did record Lion's demo in December 2022, after only less than 2 years being back with the new lineup and having two original members from the band, me and Bella, the drummer, the founder. We kind of got a group of guys who we started, recreating Nightside, not only for live recording and live setups, but also to record new music. And suddenly, with 5 of us, because LS, or Mr. Sallinen, the keyboard guy, joined us a little bit later. He was originally session keyboard guy, but soon it was kind of bound to happen that he enjoyed playing with us, and he's full of great ideas, great musician, like I could say about all of the guys, because everybody, even including me to a certain degree, are able to play more than one instrument. So while we have, technically speaking, 2 guys playing guitars, 1 drummer, 1 bass player, 1 keyboard player, and then me handling the vocals, actually most of the guys also play guitar, and even those guys who play guitar also play drums or keyboards or sing. So technically speaking, we're a multitude of guys who do more than one role, and that also means that when everybody has their head full of ideas, guitar riffs, melodies, whatever, we're able to get to a level where we just understand what we want Nightside 2024 to sound like, or 2023 for that matter. So when Lions were recorded, and we had 3 songs, which actually one of the songs is from 1990s. If you can guess it, good for you, but I'm not going to reveal it here. So we did 3 songs for the Lions demo. Then we decided to send it to labels, like, okay, this is what Nightside is nowadays all about. This is how we sound nowadays. And we were looking for a record deal. We got kind of a few offers. And with the offer we got from Purity Through Fire, we decided to move on. And then Purity Through Fire wanted to actually release the Lions demo in 2023, which made people confused, and they were thinking, okay, this is an EP. And then some people were disappointed when songs like Lions, Gates of Hell, and There Won't Be Another Dawn were included also on this album as well as the demo. But then again, you have to understand, it's the old school way. First you demo some versions, and if they got included later on, that's sometimes quite unplanned, because we never decided to, we never meant to record those as to be released. They were more like recorded to just showcase what we are all about and what kind of music we're gonna go for when we're releasing an album. So anyway, that got released, and then later on an MCD format, or technically speaking, demo CD. And then of course, Korpituli Productions wanted to do a demo tape also, on demo 1997, and we continued with that path because Korpituli also did a tape version. Here you can see Korpituli of the new album. So all in all, it went nicely. We got the demo first out to have something physical format when we were going on gigs, and we got some merchandise like shirts and all, so people could actually grab copies, including these debut album material, first time on vinyl and later on CD, which is of course sold out years and years ago. And indeed, like I said, these 3 songs were then again used, re-recorded obviously, even some different versions. If you compare these demo versions to the final versions on Death from the North album, you will see there are differences. You will hear that, okay, these are not the same. There are sound differences, there are a little bit songwriting changes and all that stuff. So nowadays you could basically say Lions as demo CD or demo tape is more like collector's edition or item, not maybe mandatory for people who are looking for the whole album. But mind you, it's still a demo, not MCD, not EP, if you will. Anyway, like I said, this is now a review. This is more like giving you some kind of idea what this album is all about, how it looks like, and all that stuff. And since I would be very, very biased to tell you what this album is in terms of quality, of course I cannot do that. I can say that much, that I'm really proud of what we did. I'm really happy about the feedback, how people have been commending the album, and I think this is the best stuff we ever wrote. Now that's of course a cliche coming from a lot of bands to say like the latest album is the best, but I don't know, in this case I really feel about it, I think about it, because I mean I like our demo, I like our first album, and I'm really picky, as you know, as a review guy, what I really like and what not. So it's not like we recorded all the things we had or accepted all the riffs or melodies we had, but only the ones that we're really comfortable with and the ones that we really feel like these are the songs that kind of showcase what we are all about and what we can, really live with and not having regrets and all. But like I said, this is pretty much just an unboxing video giving you a little bit of background from Death from the North album and give you a little bit of update what Nightside in 2024 is all about. Now, this music is of course out there also on digital platforms, meaning streaming services such as Spotify, YouTube, whatever, so you can freely go to listen to. Bandcamp site is also up there, where you can either just listen to the digital music or buy individual tracks or full albums or the whole discography if you want to. And of course, physical versions are out through P-Read through Fire, which have also the CD and both versions of the vinyl. And Korpituli finally has the tape versions out. And P-Read through Fire might also have a few copies left of the tape version if that's the format you prefer. Now, should you have comments or questions related to the band or the album, I'm more than happy to answer you that. And of course, there are some interviews both done already and coming up later on about Nightside, what we're all about, and diving a little bit deeper into the band and the music we're doing. So stay tuned. And of course, we're looking forward to play more gigs. So if you see us somewhere live, go to check out what we're all about, and then you can say, okay, this Rauta dude is full of shit. I hate his music and his band members' music and all that shit. But at least give us a chance and prove that we're not maybe so much full of shit. And if we are, well, at least we tried. Now, off you go. Check out and do your homework. Check out Nightside's music, and looking forward to hear from you. Rauta, over and out.